Good day, everyone, especially to my professor, Dr. Jonas Orlando. So I am Diaspora Bramdan, reporting. So my task is to report the educational planning. Specifically, it is approaches to educational planning. So here is my introduction. The educational planning is concerned with the problems of how to make the best use of limited resources allocated to education in view of the priorities given to different stages of education or different sector of education and the need of the economy. Second is the application of a rational, systematic analysis to the process of educational development with the aim of making education more effective and efficient in responding to the needs and goals of its students and society. So according to International Institute for Educational Planning or the UNESCO, that under the objective number 4, section 4, the Declaration of Objectives of the Educational Act of 1982 states that the educational system aims to respond effectively to changing needs and conditions of the nations through a system of educational planning and evaluation. Okay, so here is the educational planning. And what is this? This is mean that it is an instrument for providing the needed coordination and direction of the different components of an educational system and ensures that widely accepted the long-term goals such as the universal primary education are approached more effectively. So we have now the essential elements of educational planning. So we have 3 elements. First is the administrative planning. And what is mean? It is concerned with the needs and assets, cost sources, or finance distribution of expenditures. Second, we have the quantitative planning. This means that it makes a reference to school population, like for example, the enrollment, the dropout, the promotion. Another is the recruitment of teachers and supervisors and the provision of classrooms and equipment, like the furniture and laboratories, for the example of equipment. The third element is the qualitative. It means that it covers aim, content, and method of education, the curricular planning, teacher training, educational guidance, research and textbooks, and other technical aids. So, here is the educational planning. 2 approaches are involved. First is the macro approach. Second is the micro approach. What is macro approach? It refers to the overall planning, which is primarily concerned with aggregates and the educational system. Example, the new enrollment at the various levels, numbers of schools to be constructed. Then we have also the micro approach. What does this mean? It lays emphasis on the individual components we go to make up the educational system. So, we have the major approaches to educational planning. And what are those? First is the social demand approach. It means that education authorities to provide schools and find facilities for all students who demand admission and who are qualified to enter. We have also a service demanded by people, just like any other social services. And the politicians in developing countries to find the approach expedient to use because of appealing nature. So, here is the advantages of the social demand approach. First, it provides the planners with approximate number of places where educational facilities has to be provided. Second, we have resources are acutely limited, and where we are seeking to provide those kinds and quantities of education which will offer the greatest number, such planning techniques are best. And the third one, we have the suitable political tool to meet the need to satisfy the demands of the general public. Next is the limitation of this approach. First limitation we have, it has no control over factors such as the price of education. Next is, it has no control over absorptive capacity of the economy for the trained personnel. Third one, we have, it does not provide guidance we need as to how best to meet the identified needs. And the last one, it does not claim whether the resources expended are economically allotted and to the extent the approach is poor. Next approach, we have the manpower requirement approach. This approach focuses on forecast the manpower needs of the economy, and it is also stresses output from the educational system to meet the manpower needs at some future date. So there are three main elements of this approach, or it is focuses on the three main elements. First, the specification of manpower availabilities, example 1995. Next is the specification, which reconcile the former specification with the latter. Then, the specification of the composition of manpower need at some future date. Example, year 2015, and we have also year 2020. So, here are the advantages of the manpower approach. First advantage is the manpower could usefully call attention to extreme gaps and imbalances in the education output pattern that need remedy. The third advantage, or second advantage, it gives educators useful guidance on how roughly educational qualifications of the labor force ought to be developed in the future. And the third one, we have the unemployment and unemployment which may result from some overemphasis of manpower approach, may become too challenged to move towards right kind of education, which may be development-oriented and hereby creating its own job. Okay, so here is the weaknesses of the approach, of the manpower approach. There are 3 weaknesses. First, it gives educational planner a limited guidance in the sense that it does not tell what can be actually achieved in every level of education. Example of this, we have the primary education and the secondary education. The second is the approach says nothing about primary education, which is not considered to be work connected. Suggests the curbing of the expansion of the primary education until the nation is rich enough to expand it. And the third one, to plan, it's not given any useful process about education requirements to those people like semi-skilled. Here's my references, and that's all of my reports. Thank you for watching everyone.